whoever else is next, knowing that Brooke will turn to another man the second that things...
We're just trying to live in the moment.
Live in the moment. That's right. Live in the moment. That's what we were doing when you came here. Moment to moment. Do you think maybe you could just get a different phrase to refer to you and Brooke? That would be awesome. You know?
Now, Ridge was dead wrong for how he just sprung this on Taylor. But come on, Taylor. You knew he was still married. You wanted to use a different phrase for him and Brooke? Okay, how about husband and wife, married couple, or the one they love to use so much, destiny? Now, I feel bad for her that she's in this situation because it's really not right, but she knows how Ridge operates. How many times has she been in this situation? And if you think about it, all those months that he was touchy-feely with her and listened to her boost up his ego, he never once filed for divorce. He didn't even file for legal separation. He was still going back and forth between both women, keeping them both on the hook. But I will give her respect for recognizing that Sheila's manipulations set this whole thing in motion. And I agree with her. It was real what they were experiencing there because Ridge has feelings for both of them. I'm really tired of the writers going with this. Everybody has feelings for more than one person. And I'm also glad that she let him have it. It was definitely needed. Drop down in the comments to let me know your thoughts on how you thought Taylor handled this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another bold and a beautiful review. So this episode was pretty light. It was kind of to wrap everything up, I guess, and show where the couples are. We did get to see Carter and Quinn, where they are in their romance. They discussed everything that went on. We will go over that. Donna and Eric are acting like a couple of lovesick teenagers. Hope and Liam seem to be in a good place. They even had Zendaya and Paris at the pool party at Brooke's house. That was a little awkward. And we'll go over how Ridge came back home after letting Taylor down and needed Brooke to comfort him. I mean, what was that? We'll also discuss some of the spoilers for next week.
Because I just want you to be happy.
I know that's what you want from me. You always have my back, and I love you for that.
Now, I did want to cheer for her when she made that little subtle move, just giving that little head nod, hit the road, Jack, because she should have done that a long time ago because he has been unclear from the very beginning. He's honestly no better than Carter. But I'm glad she stood up for herself in that moment, did not let him hug her to comfort her. I'm sure he wanted some long, drawn-out hug and staring into each other's eyes because that's what he's been doing for the past few months. But she wasn't having it, and I was glad to see that. Now, Brooke, on the other hand, I was not happy with how she handled this scene with him coming back home, all mopey about Taylor.
I told them I'd be up here waiting for you. Thought you might want to talk. So, how did it go?
Oh, you know.
Sorry. I know that you care about Taylor.
All I care about her, and
Now, I know Brooke was just trying to be understanding, but this was very insensitive on Ridge's part. He's going to come back. They just got back together after her waiting for him for months, and he's going to come back moping about Taylor. She says, I know that you care about her. He says more than care, and he goes on and on about how she's his ex, and they have kids together, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. This scene made me think that things are still very unsettled in Ridge's mind about who he wants to be with, but we shall see how it plays out in the weeks to come. Now, Brooke does go on to say that they can look out for Taylor and they don't want her to get into the wrong hands. And like clockwork, Taylor shows up at Il Giardino and is talking to Deacon. And one of the spoilers for next week does say that she is going to press him about where Sheila is and what he knows, and she's going to let it slip that Ridge and Brooke are back together, so I'm sure they're going to commiserate over that. There was the big spoiler about Deacon having a relationship. Now it's looking like it's probably going to be Taylor. So I know that will burn Ridge up if Taylor ends up with Deacon. So we shall see how this plays out.
I think in time that you're going to forget all about it when you are blissfully married to some really awesome guy.
I want the whole world to know that I am more in love with you now than ever.
I want everyone to know that.
Now, I want to know, what's your take on that clip I just showed of Donna and Eric? Donna says, I want the world to know that I'm more in love with you than ever. And Eric says, I want them to know that too. Not, I'm in love with you also, or I want everybody to know that I love you. So I know he has said it before, but I don't know. I still feel like he has feelings for Quinn that he's pushing out, even though they've been all over each other, acting like two teenagers with a new love. But I'm still thinking there's something there that he feels for Quinn. I know it's very fresh. He just broke up with her, but I don't know. We shall see. And Zende, embarrassing. What are you doing? This girl just left you after telling you she didn't want to get married and tried to marry someone else. And now that she's been left at the altar, she's back hanging out with you. And you're already talking about the guy that you marry in the future. I thought you said you don't grovel. But apparently that was a lie, because you are embarrassing yourself right now, because I am sure she's going to make another play for Carter. So as you can see, Carter and Quinn are really enjoying their time together right now. Carter did say he felt guilty about leaving Paris at the altar, but Quinn said he shouldn't feel guilty. And then she was being a little shady, saying that Paris is young, pretty, and relatively talented. But she also talks about being upset about Donna luring Eric in with her honey. And so I don't think she's over that yet. We have a spoiler next week saying that she is going to confront Donna about her affair with Eric. At this stage, I feel like Quinn should just let it go. They're both with other people, but we're going to see how this plays out. So the other juicy spoiler we have for next week is about the Finn and Sheila storyline. So it's saying that Finn is going to attempt to escape and play a trick on Sheila next week. So I guess he is getting stronger. But I think when he attempts to escape, he runs into Mike, because it says he is stunned when he realized that Sheila has a partner in crime. And I guess Sheila doesn't realize that he is getting stronger, because it does say he startles her when he tries to fight back. And as we know, Sheila always goes too far, because she panics when she feels she's gone too far and may have killed Finn again. So I guess Mike sees all this and it changes his mind, because it says that he turns on Sheila, arguing that it's time for her to turn herself in. Now, Brooke and Ridge are going to meet with Lieutenant Baker, Deputy Baker, and he's going to give them some news about Mike, and they're going to put two and two together, because they've tussled with Mike in the past. So it definitely sounds like we're going to have an interesting week, and the storyline with Finn and Sheila will move forward. Now, the following week sounds like Finn is still in captivity, because it says being held hostage by Sheila becomes Finn's worst nightmare. Now, I have a feeling he's going to set her off and she's going to go all crazy on him. Now, this is an interesting, unexpected one about Steffy. It says she's unable to recover from her loss from Finn, and she moves to a mental health facility. So I wonder if Finn tries to reach out to her and she's like, okay, I must be losing it because Finn is dead. I'm wondering how they get to this point where she goes to a mental health facility. And Wyatt and Leon worry about Bill now that Katie, Will, and Justin are gone. Yeah, they need to find a storyline for Bill, because he brings so much to the show, but yet they just have him sitting on the back burner doing nothing. But that was your recap for Friday's episode and your spoilers for next week. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.